Hello guys, and welcome again to a review from little old me. This time it is TNA Hardcore Justice. And may I say off the bat, I don't give a flying fuck if I sound like a mark or whatever gay linguistics you want to use on me or whatever. This was by far and away the best pay-per-view that I have seen in years, and I do not say that lightly. I say it factually, and it, I don't know if it's the case of because so many little dweebs on the internet and dickheads on YouTube and everybody else that says, these guys are old, why are TNA doing this, they can't go anymore and all this, have just been 110% proven wrong. And I'm when I say some of these matches that I've watched tonight, I mean, I've been watching wrestling for 12, 13 years now. But some of these matches that I've watched tonight have been right up there with some of my all-time favourites, and I don't say that lightly at all. Some of them were incredible. Anyway, in case you're worried, I will be giving out zero spoilers on this video because it's annoying. Most people won't have seen the pay-per-view yet, especially if you're in the UK. Unfortunately for me, I am retarded and will stop up till these hours to watch this pay-per-view, even though I have to get up in 3 hours to go to work. But anyway, never mind. So, let's start on with this. So, the first starting of the pay-per-view, I had a decent stream, so, the first thing you notice, the Impact Zone, totally revamped. The rampway going up to the ring was gone. I am so glad. The lights was blacked out. There was a tinted blue, or a blue tinted lights into the ring. It looked and felt like an ECW show. All that was missing was the audience, which there wasn't that bad, to be honest. I won't criticise them that much, but it did. And they had a camera angle, which they don't normally use on TNA or on Impact, of side of the ring looking down the rampway. And when it switched to that, it really did look like an ECW show. So credit to them for that. And we had original ring announcer. I can't remember the bloke's name. It did give it out, so just watch pay-per-view if you want. And we had original referees. First thing was a really big downer for me. The news that Jerry Lynn wasn't going to be in the main event due to injury. He injured his back. I was gutted. I was really looking forward to that match. But as a replacement, we were going to have RVD versus Sabu. So, can't really complain, can we? So, first match. Simon Diamond, or Pat Kenny, whichever one you want to call him, Kid Cash and Johnny Swinger, versus Tracy Smothers, or the FBI should have said, Tracy Smothers, little Guido, Nunzio, whichever you want to call him, never been a big fan of him, Tony Mamaluke, who is weirdly called Luke now anyway, with Big Sal accompanying. When I say this match is awesome, or was awesome, it really was awesome. I mean, back in the day in ECW, Kid Cash used to be really good, and then he went to the WWE, and like many people who can actually wrestle that go to the WWE, they're told not to wrestle and do whatever their version is of wrestling, if you can call it that at all. And you forget just how good this guy was. He did 2 spots in this match. I mean, I'm bigging up Kid Cash, but every guy in this match, even Pat Kenny, it was a good match. Halfway through this match, we had an extreme dance-off, which was hilarious, and I loved it. It was so ECW, it really was. Kid Cash used the back of the referee when he was on all fours, jumped onto the top rope and did a somersault outside. I think it was a somersault. My string kind of broke up a bit, but anyway. He also did a spot with one of his all-time moves of a double underhook pile driver. Looked fucking sick. Anyway, yeah, this match was great. Loved it. Great way to open the show. Won't tell you who won the match, but it was really great. And yeah, I just wrote out what way to start the show. I would like actually TNA to have a look at signing Kid Cash and Tony Luke, Mama Luke, whichever you want to call him, for the X Division, because I thought they both put on a good show, a great show. Anyway, after this we were treated to the first of many Where Are They Nows by TNA, which I thought was an excellent idea. TNA get knocked a lot for their production and their editing and whatever you want to say to them. But they did a Where Are They Now, which featured, to start with, Todd Gordon, the Pitbull and Blue Meanie, which I thought was a good touch. And then it also featured an I Remember segment with some of the TNA talents. Very smart, introducing the TNA talents in a subtle way into this pay-per-view for any new fans watching. talking about what they remember of ECW, or they couldn't call it ECW on this pay-per-view, they had to refer to it as the Philadelphia promotion, or something like that. Al Snow talking to Head backstage, great, just brings back memories of ECW straight away. All the fans had the mannequin heads as well when he came out to the ring. Al Snow was really funny on this. He was talking to Head about not getting sued on using ECW, and then it'll end up on a second-rate version show. Obviously, the WWE's ECW is referring to. And then the BWO coming, the Blue World Order, which is good because Nova didn't wrestle on this night, and he was actually one of my favourites in ECW with Nova. Actually, before he got into the BWE, I like Nova. So we had Nova, Richards, and the Meanie. Richard says he needs to work alone and prove everyone that he can actually do it tonight. It was great. It was funny. Everything about this night was typical ECW. I'll stop babbling. So second match of the night: C.W. Anderson versus Too Cold Scorpio. Brilliant. Honestly, there's not a match on this card that I could knock. C.W. Anderson looks 73, wrestles like a 28-year-old. Brilliant. Too Cold Scorpio in great shape. He did a sick move off the top rope in this. You wouldn't have just picked him doing that, but it was just awesome. It really was. There was great wrestling in this match. Again, not going to give the result away on it. Respect shown afterwards as they both hugged. Then you showed another I Remember package with Madison Rayne talking about ECW, Morgan Anderson. All spoke very well on ECW. They actually sounded educated, like they actually did watch it and wasn't just given something to say. RVD with Fonzie backstage. Now, nearly every ECW fan I know likes Bill Alfonso. I hate the silly old cunt. I've never liked Bill Alfonso. He gets on my tits. I really want to shove that whistle so far up his ass that he'll be playing it with his fucking tonsils. He really does annoy me. But anyway, so they're talking about how shit it was with no Jerry Lynn, but that RVD, handpicked Sabu himself because of the history and and what you call it. Bill Alfonso's going to manage them both. Whatever. So next match we have Steve Richards versus Just Incredible. What's this Palaco shit that he has to be called? I don't read much news sites or whatever, so if someone could fill me in on that, I'd be grateful because I really have no idea. Steve Richards came out with Nova and Meanie, the BWO. Another good solid match. Justin Kane's Steve Richards after the match, and the BWO come in, and he canes them too. The lights go out. Sandman comes into the ring. Kane's Just Incredible. Now, the thing that I liked about this is that the whole night had a fun feel to it. Every match had a fun feel to it. That's a very ECW. Fair play and a fun feel to every match. But Just Incredible just looked at Sandman and kind of looked at Kane, and he had a sly smirk on his face, and he had the look of for fuck's sake on his face. I just loved it. Anyway, they started caning each other. Sandman canes the crap out of him. Another Where Are They Now with Francine saying sorry she can't be there, but she has a daughter to look after and she couldn't make it. And then there's an Honour the Dead thing, which I don't know if they showed a video package on that, but it didn't show on the pay-per-view anyway. Three-way dance. An ECW original match because it's a three-way dance, which is an elimination, first pinfall, second pinfall winner. Against Spike Dudley, Al Snow, and Rhino. Again, no complaints for this match. It was good. You know, I can't knock it. I can't find anything really to complain about. I can't really find anything to say great about it because it was just good. You know, it wasn't awesome. It wasn't bad. It was good. Spike Dudley's like a ragdoll. Some of the stuff he does, he must have some serious problems but in his head more than not. Foley talking about Dreamer Raven feud backstage. Magnus talking about ECW. This is the only thing that I didn't like on this. I remember Brutus Magnus talking about ECW. What the fuck does he know? He was a gladiator on English Gladiators, and he was a shit one at that. He wasn't a wrestler. He hadn't got a wrestling background. He was a fucking gladiator. Saban talking about Sabu versus Terry Funk barbed wire match that got him hooked on ECW, and his favourite and his idol in those days was RVD. He used to call himself, I can't remember what he used to call himself, but he used to call himself something. Anyway, so we've got Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney, or cojones, as he had to call himself for probably legal reasons, in an open challenge. The Dudleys answered the challenge with good Joe Gardner. What a legend Joe Gardner. He really is. He cracked me up. So he said something about Lady Gaga, and I don't know if I get it right, but it went something along the lines of Lady Gaga said something, and it's a disgrace. If she won't let me at her muff, I'm gonna poke her face, which is just that guy is class. Yeah, Bubba on the mic saying people want to see them fight, not wrestle. This match was quality. It was hilarious. It was just it was classic ECW. Um, it was funny halfway through. As I said, there was a good fun feel to the match, but brutal as well at the same time. Halfway through this match, Bubba and Cojones, or Baltone, whichever way you want to call him, had a Star Wars type sword fight, or lightsaber fight with some Singapore canes, to which Bubba took a stab, you know, like actors do through the arm, and he feigned that he'd been stabbed until balls actually twatted him with the cane. It was really good. It was just hilarious. That's how I won't give much away, but a table did get set on fire and someone did go through it. It was hilarious. After the match, New Jack and Zaid, the gangsters, were out after the match fighting the Dudleys. And then Joe Gardner gets guitared. Everyone hugs afterwards, which I thought was a bit weird considering just being beaten shit out of each other with weapons. Raven backstage talking about Dreamer. And then we have another I Remember. And then we have Dreamer versus Raven. Dreamer's kids were at ringside for this. Now, I'm not squeamish in wrestling, you know, I like hardcore wrestling, but I never agree. If you know it's going to be a brutal match, don't bring children. If they're his own kids, they don't understand that, you know, daddy's not getting hurt. They see, because it would obviously in this match, Dreamer were going to bleed. And they're his kids. I mean, his kids didn't look like they were at an age where they would understand that this wasn't real. So, I mean, they were taken away, thankfully. Um, Anyway, this was brutal. It was everything you'd expect. It was fantastic. If anyone asked it, ECW never had a big budget, everybody knows that. So what they had to do was play on raw emotion. They played on the raw emotion of the fans watching. The oh shit angle, you know, stuff like that, and you can't do that. And it was such a great match, just for the emotion in it. I mean, at one stage during this match, you know, Raven went over to the kids, Dreamer beat him, Tommy Dreamer got juiced, and then it was just brutal. Raven was putting a crippler crossface with barbed wire on his face where Dreamer pulled back on it, and it just looked sick, but it looked good. Anyway, Dreamer was once handcuffed in this match, and Raven was cheering him, and Beulah, or Therese, whichever one you want, came out, Dreamer's wife came out to stop Raven, and then Mick Foley tried to stop him. I think BWO got involved, not BWO, Lufus, I don't remember that guy, seriously don't, but he got involved. Mick Foley barbed wire, mandible clawed him, but Raven chaired Foley, and then Beulah came out to try and stop Raven. Raven pushes her away and chairs Tommy again. Now, he was threatening to chair Beulah, and this is the raw emotion, you know, you can't do that to one, that's her husband, you know, you can buy into that kind of angle. It was great, really tense stuff, and it just so good. And anyway, yeah, I won't go into much detail because I'll probably give away ending of the match if I did. So, now we're on, everyone was thanking Joey Styles, ECW Originals, and that I Remember thing, and Paul Heyman, thank you, which Sandman went in. I know Sandman don't like Paul Heyman. Main event, RVD versus Sandman. I haven't got, Sabu, I haven't got a long time to talk about this. All I will say, this match was fucking epic. It really was good. Anybody who loves wrestling, you watch this match. It was breathtaking. It really was breathtaking. I loved every minute of it. RVD doing what RVD does best, Sabu doing what Sabu does best, just everything mingling, and you know, just awesome chemistry, and oh, brilliant chain wrestling. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to go. Tommy Dreamer spoke after this match. He came out. He said, "Thanks for the, you know, to everyone." I'm saying this because there was a big "fuck you, Vince" chant going up by the TNA fans. Completely agree with them. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. And fuck you, everyone that says that these guys couldn't do it because they were too old, too fat, and too past it. They proved everybody wrong. So thank you for doubting them. I'm sure they take great pleasure in sticking a middle finger up at all their doubters. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.